Play fence only. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Detroit Lions, the home team, are selected. Ready.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions taking on Andy Dalton and the Chicago Bears.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions making their way out, led by their 32-year-old quarterback. Hard to believe he's in season number 12 now in a Detroit uniform. Quarterback Matthew Stafford.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability. But he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he can be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds Amendola. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized. The other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down carry here for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second and 12. They'll try the air now with Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
It's funny, partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a first down.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
A day 1 starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
First and 10 for Dalton. Oh, that was dangerous. They'll throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Dalton. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, If it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Stud 98 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving. Allen Robinson just goes out and plays hard each and every week.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control a game with his running.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Dalton off play action. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Dalton here from the gun. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
Although it's more commonplace now than at any other time in the NFL, it's still tough to think about throwing a rookie quarterback right into the fire week 1. But guess what? He handled the fire awfully well and threw his first touchdown pass.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. That time a 9-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Danny Amendola on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 38-yard.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And they're right past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there.
Carry on Johnson.
Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
At the Bears' 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On fourth down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Bears.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
7-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. From the gun, Dalton. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. That's complete to Mooney. The 30, past the 20, touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 30.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford, the left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
Stafford on 1st down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 20-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Back to throw, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Down at the 4-yard
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
14, Lions 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in a wrong lot of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. This big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And the Bears first down. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Lions 3.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Bears ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cohen. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Dalton sets up play action. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. 20. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. For Andy Dalton last year in Cincinnati, he threw 3 of these, second only to Jameis Winston's 7, and he'll be bitten again with the interception and 6 points the other way.
Entering. Call to Super Exit Game. Depth chart. Entering. Slot 3. Slot 2. Player name and Foles. AHB selected. Slot 2. Player name D. Williams. FB selected. Player name D. Williams. Entering. Coaching screen. Depth chart.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Dalton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, a run with Cohen. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a 2nd down and 6. Play fake. Here's Dalton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Dalton, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
23 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Offense.
So that'll back them up 5. This is Cohen. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Dalton gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I would think that by now people are done underestimating Tariq Cohen because of his stature when they see him at about 5'6", 5'7". But he can do it all. He can run inside, run to the perimeter, but he also catches the ball really well out of the backfield. And he had more receptions than carries last season. He kind of looks like Darren Sproles, who's been his inspiration as an NFL player. In 2018, Tariq Cohen was a Pro Bowler as well.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears' first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That was the veteran Jamie Collins busting through to make the stop.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Dalton. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears will extend their lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
The kick is good.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Danny Amendola on the returns. The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 30.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
To Danny Amendola. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bears take over. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. They'll start with the option. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Dalton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Cole Kmet. Incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. And here's a very low-line drive, almost looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
Danny Amendola. The Lions take over.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Kenny Galladay and the Lions set to go to work again. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pick.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun. Stafford gets it quickly to Galladay. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Raider on to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. 25-yard. Here we go with a player spotlight. And we shine that spotlight on Andy Dalton. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Down, Chicago.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. From midfield here, Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Dalton, that's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second. After the interception, here's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds, in the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Working with 2nd and 5 now. The shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Down, Stafford. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork that led to the incompletion.
And this is caught at the end. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Terrific catch and a big chunk of yardage gained by Kenny Galladay, and that's exactly what he does. That's why he's so dangerous downfield. Highest average yards per reception among NFC receivers in 2019 to over 18 yards per catch. He has the length and really...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen, and the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag?
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. Big hold of the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen in the final seconds of the first half as the Bears push further out in front. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up in the Twin Cities. Minnesota playing host to NFC North rival Green Bay. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Phillip Rivers has thrown a touchdown there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In that game, all square as they take on the visiting Seahawks. In the game you're watching has been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. And we remind you, lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Dalton's pass
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They run. This is Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the 39, Dalton. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the give, this is Cohen. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Entering coaching screen depth chart. Medical settings. Challenge depth chart. Exit game. Super sim. Call to map. Resume. Call super sim. Exit game. Depth chart. Challenge. Medical center. Entering injury report screen. 1 row 4 columns. Left filter Bears. Right filter all player name be Messi. Position RT. Injury type shoulder. Injury length TBG. Entering coaching screen depth chart.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Again, it's Cohen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
The Bears have to be excited about the rookie out of Notre Dame, Cole Komet, a Chicago native. He actually selected number 85 in recognition of the Bears' 1985 NFL championship team, the Super Bowl champs. And by the way, his dad was on the Bears practice squad at one point. So this kid falls right in line. I love his athletic ability. He'll learn from the veteran Jimmy Graham. And last year, the Bears tight ends, J.P. Holtz, he led the team in receiving, 91 yards from the tight end position.
Play action here with Dalton. That is caught by Cohen. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones.
Stafford's pass.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
42-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Stafford throwing complete there to Amendola. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again is Stafford. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 17-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From the gun, Stafford looking middle, and it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And the return, Stafford well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They try again with Cohen. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. That's complete right side to Komet. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Going to set him back 5 yards. Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and 10. Dalton off play action. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 30.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
He's brought down at the 37.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. from the gun. Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. Third down here. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stafford now to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A bad sack. Akeem Hicks picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Delayed game, offense.
We can't have that.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
And now to the air, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Dalton took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, it's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
At the 41-yard line.
Back to throw, Stafford. Amendola catching it left side. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, a slant to Jones. 12 yards there and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Johnson. tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Final minute now of the third quarter. From the 41, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
Stafford.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They run. It's Johnson. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Carry on Johnson turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears will extend their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Danny Amendola on the return. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 32.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at about the 32. And right away, he'll look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Lions on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 17. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Stafford on 1st down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Not much there, only a yard. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. And good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down
as they're able to get the third down conversion. Stafford able to find Hockenson for a Lion first down.
22-yard
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. It's complete. Right around the 80. And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Operating from the gun. Stafford looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
David Montgomery.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Dalton fighting to stay upright. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Entering Challenge Medical Center. Entering Injury Report Screen. 1 row 4 columns. Left filter Bears, right filter all player name B Messi. Position RT. Injury type shoulder. Injury length TBD. Entering coaching screen depth chart.
They run. Montgomery. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action here with Dalton. That's complete to Mooney. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16.
It's a gain of
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Dalton. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now Amendola. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at about the 32.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, Stafford here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Stafford. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Kenny Golladay there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
It's one thing to be known as a guy who can make big-time plays downfield and gain almost 20 yards per catch. But how about the guy who knows how to put the ball in the end zone as well, and that's Kenny Golladay. He's an absolute threat every time the ball goes in his area. Led the NFL with 11 touchdown catches last year. Kenny Golladay is a guy that I'm glad that I never had to try and cover when I was trying to be a defensive back.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
31.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. In the fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The Bears ball carrier.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Third down from the gun. Dalton caught out left side by Robinson.
Dalton's pass.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Here's Stafford. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Amendola catching it left side.
Stafford's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. It's caught. Jones. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On 1st down at Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again is Stafford. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Play action now, Dalton. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Chicago, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.